Hi guys, welcome back to your Not So Ordinary Scrapbook channel. I know I've been gone for a couple weeks and I apologize, but I have actually been very busy behind the scenes professionally, so I haven't been able to come in here and do scrapbook. I haven't scrapbooked at all, honestly. And also it is very, very cold in here. So like in the wintertime, I kind of shy away from coming in my office to scrapbook because it is so chilly in here and I do not adjust well to the cold. But I feel like I need to come in here and get started on this December daily. I also got a couple things in the mail that I wanted to show you, and so today I have a little bit of time that I can do that. And so I decided to set aside this time and do a little scrapbooking. So the first thing I got in the mail was, I think this is January. I don't think it's February. Off the top of my head, I cannot even remember, but it will tell me in here what month it is. This is from Elle Studio. It is my subscription that I get. This month we got a stamp set. I'm pretty sure this is January because usually in January they send you a stamp set as a special like treat or whatever, a special, I don't know what you call it, just an addition to the kit that you don't normally get every month. And this has a lot of stuff that you could use. I could actually use a lot of this for my December daily because it has listening, reading, watching, eating, loving, enjoying, making, feeling, thinking, place, exploring, favorite, important, thankful, creating, and then notes, and then currently. So I'll probably keep this out just because I think that this will work really well in my December daily, especially like as a journal prompt. So I think I'm going to set that aside to use in my December daily kit. Here are some cards that came. Let me see what month this is for sure. It is January. Yep. So there's a January card. And a gray and white dot that almost looks like snow falling. I really like that. A lavender important card that says important. Anything is possible. An ampersand. I think I'm going to set aside some of the ones that I might use in my December daily, actually. I might even use January because I'm going through like New Year's Eve, I think. This one's really pretty. It's got a heart, and I like the color combination between navy and red and pink. We go together like blank and blank. This one I could use for my December daily. It just has a rundown of the week, and it's in red. This year I plan to. This would be good for like a New Year's Eve journal card on my December daily. Some hearts. Just a thank you card. This says currently enjoying, which is similar to the stamp set. I think that this is like the same. Like they use this stamp and then they use this. So that's really kind of cool. I hope you can see it. I hope I'm not like pushing it too far. Maybe I'll go here. These are the ones that I plan to use in my December daily so far. Sometimes I get out of view just because I don't know. I'm not looking through the camera lens. It's on a tripod, so. Blue hearts. Life is a collection of moments. Some gray hearts, or white hearts on gray. Red and pink hearts. Notes from today. I like this. I think I'll use that on my December daily. I might use this one too, actually. Weather report. I might do this for Christmas Day because we had a very mild Christmas this year. In fact, we have not gotten a lot of snow at all. We did have snow a couple days, but not really anything significant. These are the big cards. And then the punch out. Oh, it's another big card. That's rainbow stripe. And these are punch outs. There's probably a couple that I'll use for my December daily. Happy Little Moments. XOXO. This little arrow. Oh. This one that says love this. I like these because they almost look like snowflakes. So I'll probably use that right now. This black one that says start here. Favorite. I like that one. For the record. There's quite a few. It's really cold outside. This red tag. This white and black heart. And I think that's good. I might use the New Year, New Memories too. I don't really have a lot of pictures from New Year's Eve. I think I only took 2 pictures, which is unusual for me because generally I take a lot of pictures, but I haven't taken, I don't think I've even taken a picture in a couple weeks at all, which is really strange for me, but I've been really busy, so I guess it's not that strange. Okay, so I have been looking for Christmas sequins, like to use in shaker boxes, and I have a bunch of beads and I have a bunch of sequins, but I wanted some shapes, and I've had a really difficult time finding them. But these I ordered off of Amazon and they were super cheap. They came from China, of course, so I had to wait a little bit. I mean, I guess I didn't have to wait too long, honestly. It really was like maybe a week or 2 to get them. But these are so stinking cute. They are designed for your fingernails, like for a manicurist. But they're little shapes that I guess a manicurist would put like on your fingernails for design. They're not adhesive. And they're Christmas shapes. And I was so excited about it because of the fact that I can use this for shaker boxes. Like there is, oh my gosh, these are so cute. They have like these little round ones that look like those old-fashioned candies, like the hard candies that have the picture in the middle. And then there is like some Santas and elves. I'm not sure. They're so tiny. Here's some more Santas. Some hearts. Or no, these are stockings. Santa. More of those like little candy cane candies. I don't know what the... Oh, gingerbread men. A Santa. Like Santa face. Snowmen. More candy canes. I don't know what... Some Christmas trees. Some larger ones. Some more Christmas trees. These are snowflakes. They're so cute. And I love these little containers. Is that the best ever? Like, even after these are all gone, I can reuse them to put, like, more sequins in. But it's so cool. And I think these are going to last for a really long time. I want to see if they have, like, every holiday. But, here's some more. These are exactly the same. I don't know if they're all... No, it doesn't look like they're all the same. These two looks like they're basically the same. So stinking cute. And then these have like snowflakes, white and blue snowflakes. And Oh, what are those? Oh, these are really cute striped stockings, Santa hats, penguins. What is this? Presents, a different color Christmas tree, some more Santa faces. These are so stinking cute. Some more like with other patterns, like cookies on it, I think. So adorable. But I'm gonna have so much fun. And they're just like little sequin things. Like they're little hard like enamel shapes. But I think they'll be so cute in shaker mixes with like sequins and beads to put in little shaker boxes. So I thought this was like a steal. I don't even think I paid $10 for like all 4 of these, which is so cool. I'm hoping to find like some Halloween ones, fall ones. I don't know, 4th of July maybe. Just really, really cute. But I just thought that I'd show you this because this is an option, you know, instead of purchasing like all these decorative beads would have been really expensive separately, but like, thank you, China. I mean, not that, like, a lot of the stuff you get from China I find is kind of junky, but that's really cool. Their stationery seems to be like top notch. I know my favorite like adhesive is Kikuyo, which I think that's Japanese though. Yeah, that's Japanese. That's not Chinese. But anyway, okay, so now that I have that out of the way, I'm going to get started adding pages to this because that's the most important thing right now. I'm going to take this ribbon off because, like I said, I don't care for it. So I'm going to take that off. And so this basically comes apart, and then I can measure like what pages that I'm going to add to this, punch the holes, and then I might use some border punches like I usually do on the edge, just to give it some interest on this side of the additional papers that I add. I'm hoping to add just like double-sided paper because since this is double-sided, I think that that will like be cohesive and it'll work the best. I also today, I think I'm going to design the cover of this album. So the ribbon that I decided to go with actually came on a flannel shirt that I bought my son for Christmas. And it just says antique flannel, weatherproof, vintage, all this. But I think it matches really cute. And I think I'm going with like a brown, like some brown on here anyway. So on the cover, and I just think that it's going to look really cute. It's just very vintage and very unique. So, and I like to use unique ribbon in my December daily. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is do the papers. So I got a thing of scrap paper. I was going to use the paper that I bought, but I don't think it's double-sided. No, it's not double-sided. So I'm looking through my one of the things that I keep my scrap paper in for double-sided paper, double-sided scraps, I should say, that I can use. Oops, there's some cardstock I might be able to use in pink. I think here's a red one. Sorry if I bumped the camera. Some solids are always good. So this is red. Blue. Well, I suppose I could do a blue page if I choose to. What is this? No, I don't think so. Ugh. Let's see here. Maybe I should just take them all out and just kind of sort through. I know I need like at least to add at least 10 pages. Oh, I see. Well, I don't know if that's double-sided though. So I'm just going to take, these are bigger scraps that I put in a bag. So hopefully I find some stuff in here that's double-sided that I can use. And we'll just see here what we come up with. All right. So these are the ones that I'm not going to use. I'm just going to set aside. All right. These are too small. And these are single-sided. From a smaller. They're not Christmassy themed either. This is double-sided, but it's not Christmassy at all. That might work. I don't know though. I guess I need to grab the cover and see size-wise if it's gonna work. Might be a little shorter, but I could like punch like all the way around it. That's a possibility. Because that kind of looks like a giant snowflake. That is not Christmassy at all. This would work. Deep brown. I don't know. It's not really Christmassy. Photo play. I like the tickets. Yeah, I like this one. Is that a piece of tape? It is. I'm going to take that off right there. Doesn't belong in there. I don't know why it's on there to begin with. So this one I could probably do 2 pages. Because it's like almost a whole sheet. And I like the tickets. I don't know. It's a possibility that I could do 2. I'm not sure. But that's a definite. I'm going to definitely use that one. This one is not Christmassy at all. This one, I think, oh, that's not double-sided. Thanksgiving, not Christmassy. Too thick. This is kind of a cool vellum. I think I'll use that. That's cute. I like to have a variety of different things. What's this? It's a piece of acetate. But it depends what's on it. Like a fairy. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I might set that aside. Single-sided. Here's another piece of acetate. This one's not Christmassy though at all. This one's double-sided. This one's more fall themed. It's not really Christmassy. When I get rid of books that I don't want, I rip the pages. I ripped like the front cover off. Not the front cover of the book, but like the inside, I don't even know what the page is called, but it's like an index card or an index extra page, whatever it's called. So it's just like a blank page in front of before the book starts. Halloween. purple. This is pretty. I don't really think that's Christmassy though. That isn't either. A lot of stuff here, but not necessarily Christmassy. That might be Christmassy. This, I think, might be Christmassy. Well, it's got a fox, though. I don't know. Green. Definitely gonna utilize as many greens and blues and pinks as I can. This is a baseball shirt. I don't want to cut it into this because I love this paper. It's got like a baseball shirt in chalk, and I want to do like Matt was on a baseball team when he was little. He was on t-ball, and Hunter played baseball. Ethan likes baseball. We've gone to baseball games. We went to a Brewers game. I've been to several Brewers games actually and Cardinals games. So that I want to use that in full, like a full sheet of that. I don't want to cut into that piece. I've been hoarding it. Like, I need to use it though. These are all like school themed, I think. This is not double-sided, but it would work good. Whoops. Not double-sided, not double-sided. This is some paper I made. It's got a Christmas tree on it. I could cut, this is with gesso. I was playing with gesso, but I could like cut this off where it's got a Christmas tree and like a doily stencil that I was playing with. So I might use that actually. And then I can use that too. Like that. So when you're like experimenting with stuff, that might work. In your stash, don't shy away from like don't throw away like your experiments that where you're creating, because you might be able to use it somehow. Like I was just experimenting with gesso one day, and I'm glad that I didn't throw that away, because now I can use it. More book pages. I kind of like this look, like with discarded on here. Like I might use that just because I like that stamp. It's just very vintagey looking. And this is like cross stitch paper if I ever want to stitch something. Oh, what is this? These are cut aparts, but it is one-sided. One-sided, one-sided. Cleaner pages. I don't know why I hoard these pages. Like, this is so stinking cool. But I want to use it, like, for a museum page. Like, when we went to the Abraham Lincoln Museum and stuff like that. Because it just looks so vintagey. But I haven't scrapbooked that. I mean, I guess I've probably scrapbooked aspects of those pictures, but I don't run across them very often, so like it's just what I grab most of the time that I scrapbook, and I'm so far behind right now, it's just not even funny. So but I like those little attributes. I could do this like for Hunter, like, I think I have a picture of him, like, holding up a t-shirt that Jordan got him that says something about, a dad or whatever, because it's his first Christmas as a dad. So I might not use this as a page because it's one-sided, but I'll probably use that in the album. These are just all white. Some yellow. Another book page. I don't think I have anything yellow. It is Christmassy. Man. It's sliding. Some blue. Oh, I like that. But that's one-sided. Oh, I love this. I'm definitely using this. This gold. I'm gonna use that. Let life surprise you. Use this. It'll be a little shorter like that one, but it's okay. Oh, these are perfect. I think these are leftover from last year. This says Merry Christmas that I could just cut out for one page. So that's good. I think I saved these from last year. I don't know if that'll work. This is like a... I might be able to cut off Santa's list. One-sided toys. This is double-sided. I like the cooking stuff. I might use that as an embellishment in there. Dinosaurs. I think these are one-sided. They'd be pretty though, but they're all one-sided. Those. Pink. Orange definitely doesn't go with Christmas. So I think I'm going to manage to have enough stuff. Just going through these papers. This I'll definitely use, but it's one-sided. I'll just use it as an embellishment. Halloween, Easter. A lot of these are going to be like solid, but that's okay. It makes it very versatile. Could that be Christmassy? I guess it could. We'll try it. I'm game for anything, I think. It's cute. Definitely is gonna... Oh, did I stick that to it? Oh, well, I guess I will... I don't know why this is stuck to this. Other than... But it's cute. I want to use it. I don't think it was supposed to be stuck to this. I don't think that was the intention. I think it just became stuck to it. So we're just going to take it off. And we're going to use that as an embellishment. Because that's really cute. Now I have little tabs all over it, but that's okay. It's just scrap paper. I just always consider anything that's like smaller than 12 by 12, even if it was designed to be smaller than 12 by 12, is scrap. Like even the small 6 by 6 pads, I consider that scrap paper. Unless I am making a mini album. ivory colored paper. I kind of like this too with like all the, this is like really old, 1963 to 1971. But that would be really cute to do on a page like I wasn't born before like here. But it's still like, it'd be cute to put like a picture of my mom or my dad, my mom and dad when they were young. Like my dad graduated in 1963. So, you know, I think that would be really cute. I like to utilize stuff like that. This is definitely a winter page and it's double-sided. I think I could just like, I don't really want to use this card, but I think I could use like the trees and the snowman and then cover that up with a picture. So I think I could do that. Here's another piece of vellum that's useful. Another piece of vellum. Even though that's flowers, it's black and white. I think it's okay for Christmas. These are not double-sided. That's not double-sided. That's not double-sided, which is unfortunate because that would have been perfect. I might use that actually as an embellishment. Some blue vellum. And then I have to also remember that I have some oh, what is it called? This, now that I look at it, it's not pink, it's purple. I have some envelopes that I want to stick in there too for pages. So I think I have plenty, more than enough. So I am going to put these back in the bag where they came from. Just keep everything organized. And then we'll continue. I always get super excited when I see scrap paper. Like, I'll be going through the scrap paper and I'll be like, oh, I remember that paper. Oh, I want to use that paper. Or, like, even when I was looking at those pieces that I had been hoarding, like, for a long time, I was like, oh, yeah, I was going to use that for this. Or I was going to use that for that. You know, but it's remembering. The hard part is remembering, like, where they are when you go to scrapbook it, because I find that sometimes I'm like looking for stuff or like remembering like, oh, I have a page for this, or, you know, I have a piece of paper for this, and then realizing that I can't find it when I go to scrapbook it, or I can't remember where it was, and then that kind of like is frustrating, because then you have to like improvise and use something else when the intention, you know, the reason why you bought that paper was for that reason, you know. Or like if you got it in a kit, like I think both of those pieces of paper, the one with the baseball jersey and the one with the like the antique writing and stuff on it, like it looked like the Declaration of Independence or something, with the scroll lettering. I think I got that in, like, I think they both came from Club Scrap. Like, they're in a subscription box. Years old, like from early 2000s. Because I haven't subscribed. I don't even know if Club Scrap is even around anymore. I used to subscribe to them when they were like the only kit club on the market. Like, they were like the only one. Like, this was like way before Hip Kit Clubs, way before Felicity Jane or any of those other ones. So I just got notified. Felicity Jane, the reason why I haven't been like unboxing their monthly kits is because they did not have a kit for, I think the last kit that they did was like October, maybe. I can't even remember. but there was some printing problem or something, and so they were doing like a digital kit that you could buy, but it was optional, and I don't do digital kits. I mean, it's just, I don't have a fancy printer that can print off like the papers and the embellishments and stuff. I mean, my printer's good enough, like, to print off like little things, but not like papers or, you know, I don't have a 12 by 12 printer, and I don't have a place near me that I could just like have it printed. It just isn't worth it for me. So too much of a hassle. So I didn't purchase those. I didn't purchase the Christmas kit just because I never do, and that's an optional thing. And January, I don't think they had a kit for January, or it was a digital kit. The January kit was digital, I'm pretty sure. And then the but the February kit I've already paid for. So so that will be coming probably by mid-February. And that's like the first kit that I've gotten since October. So but I'm excited because I kind of got a glimpse of, like, a sneak peek of what the papers are going to look like. And that's always exciting when you have that. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. Okay, so now that I have my papers, I think what I'm going to do, let me see if I can find my hole punch fairly easily in here. It could be one of a couple places. Nope, I found it easily. Okay, so I have a hole punch, and I think I'm going to use my trimmer to do this. This comes off, and how many pages do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 12. So basically I need 12, 13, like 18 more pages. So basically nine double-sided pages, and I'm going to intermix them in here. So I'm going to show you how I do that before I design the cover of the album. The cover of the album is kind of neat because it gives me a chance to use like some chipboard stuff that I haven't used. I love this. I'm almost tempted to take this off and like cover this up because I really love it. I think it would look really cool as like an embellishment on the cover. We'll see if I use that. I like using stuff that you throw away. I like recycling. Okay, so let's get started. So I think this was one of the first ones that I wanted to use. I think I'm going to keep this branding strip and then just cover it up with like a border sticker or something, because the branding strip is not on this side. So I am going to draw a line with a drawing pencil. And I really don't want this video to be too long. I know my videos tend to be super long. So I might break this up into like a couple videos that I'll post over the next few days. Just because I don't want it to be too long. So I'll like do one thing at a time. So like today, I think what I'm going to do is just cut these out, score them, punch them out, tie the book together, and then like on another day I will on another video I will do like the border punching, and on another video I'll do the cover, but I'll probably do all of that today because honestly today is really the only day that I can do all this. So, because generally I do not have any time, but I have scheduled this time so to do this, so I am going to use my time wisely. Since I don't have a lot of time. I mean, everything's been fairly good. I mean, aside from like the normal stress that I'm dealing with that you guys all know about, but you know, that is what it is. There's not really much I can do about it because it doesn't concern me. Some things are currently being resolved, which is awesome. And that lightens my load considerably. So when you don't have that stress hanging over your head, that is great. I have a few trips lined up, 3 to be exact. So in the next few months, not including the wedding. Well, would that be including the wedding? Including the wedding. I have 3 trips lined up. Yeah. So that's exciting. And some surprises are in the works. So 2022 is definitely going to be an interesting year for sure. So I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna cut a bunch of these and then like decide which ones after I cut them out, the ones that fit the best, I think. So, but this is fairly easy to do. You just like mark it. I like to use a drawing pencil just because it's light. I can still see the marks, but it's not like, it is so dark that it's hard to erase. And it doesn't matter like that I'm cutting up all this paper because it will get used eventually. It's not a big deal and it's all scrap paper anyway. So this paper has been in my stash for so long that I'm just happy to be using it. As well as this album. I think I got this album from Goodwill or somewhere. I don't even know. Some secondhand store is where I normally get my albums from. I like that. That's like the first area of a secondhand store I go. I go to like 2 areas of a secondhand store because I don't buy clothes secondhand. It just bothers me. I just have never been able to buy secondhand clothes. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. But but I do like, I mean, I don't mind like if a friend gives me clothes. Like I have had some friends give me clothes that were too small or whatever for them, or they didn't like or whatever. And if I know them, that does not bother me. What bothers me is like people that I don't know, you know, or like I don't know if they've tried on the clothes, or I don't know, it just really bugs me. To where like, I think I used to like buy secondhand clothes, and then one time, like, I bought this pair of pants and I washed them, but like there was something in the fabric that made me itch really bad. And this was like years ago. And I was like, I threw the pants away because there was something in the pants that was like, I don't know, like, or if somebody tried them on in the store that like had some sort of like parasite or something. But but you would think that like it would wash out, because I didn't try them on in the store, and I washed them before I wore them, but still I was like, oh man. And that like turned me completely off from ever wearing like secondhand clothing that other people have worn before. It just like, I don't even like trying on clothes in stores because of that reason. It just really bothers me. It was a very traumatic experience. It just gave me the creeps that like somebody had a parasite or something. So that is something that I deal with. But I love secondhand stores for like decor items. I don't buy furniture at secondhand stores just because of the same reason. Like there could be bugs, or I have a real phobia of like parasites and bugs. Like it really bothers me. Like when I got head lice from that little girl that I was watching numerous times, oh man, it was horrible. I barely could stand it. And I know that the mom was like, or the foster mom was like acting like it was no big deal, and like I was like overreacting about it, but I take that stuff very seriously, and that I know that stuff spreads like wildfire, like in schools and stuff, just because of the classrooms that I've worked in. You know, it is a big deal, and it needs to be treated properly. It can't just be ignored. And I guess that's what bothered me the most. It wasn't like the fact that the child had lice. It was that the adult that was supposed to be responsible for the child wasn't doing anything about it. And that bothered me more so for her sake than mine, because yes, it was annoying for me, but it was more annoying for me that she wasn't doing anything about it, and that poor girl had to live with it for so long, needlessly, just because of laziness. That's not cool in my book. When you sign up to take care of a kid, you full well take care of a kid. You don't like ignore their needs just because you're too lazy to do anything about it. And that is the difference between good foster parents and mediocre foster parents. And I have to say that Hunter is very blessed to have to have found someone in his life that now she is a wonderful foster parent with a heart of gold. She is probably one of the most caring and compassionate women that I've ever met. And that means a lot. She is extremely thoughtful. And I love thoughtful people. And she's so gracious. I can't say enough good things about her. I will brag on her till the sun comes down, because she really is a sweet girl. And I feel humbled that she is a part of our family. And I love that she loves my son so much. That means the world to me. Because he deserves that kind of love. I think everyone deserves that kind of love. And it's rare. And both of my sons have found it. And I cannot thank God enough that 2 of my sons have found it, and the other one is still a kid. So he has plenty of years to worry about that. But he is an extremely generous heart, and I think that any girl would be blessed to have him in their life as well. Because he is a treasure, for sure. I depend on him a lot, even though, I mean, we butt heads sometimes because he's a teenager. And, you know, he does have that teenage angst about him that he's like, you know, he tends to think that his views are the only views sometimes, and that can, you know, that can get into like a little bit of heated discussions, but I try to allow him to have his own opinion and to, you know, make decisions on his own, because he's going to grow and change. My opinions have changed over the years. We all evolve and mature, and, you know, what you feel at 17 is not what you're going to feel when you're much older than that, you know, and it changes, it evolves, like, even, you know, with every decade of age that you get, you know, you understand things clearer. You know, when you're a young adult, you think that life is your oyster, and like, you know, you're always gonna, you know, you're always going to have this like perfect, you know, relationship with the people in your life. And it just doesn't work that way all the time. You know, it's not, people grow apart, people grow together, you know, it's just, it happens. It's just part of life. And I think you understand it better once you get older. You just understand that life is what it is, and it's not always easy. And you just have to make the best of it. And sometimes unconditional love is standing beside somebody, you know, while they're going through something that is like bigger than they can handle, you know. But sometimes it's not either. Sometimes it's making the decision that this is not what you want, and it's too difficult. So, and sometimes it's indecision, you know. Sometimes there's no clear answer of what you should do. That's just how life is. I think that's what they mean by, like, with age comes wisdom. Because you learn that, you know, life is not black and white. It's not, you know, everything that you were taught, or everything that, you know, your parents told you, or every old wives' tale you've heard. You know, you just I think you just, you know, live through so many experiences in your life that you come to a point where you're like, you know, life is never going to be exactly the way we plan. And we can either keep pushing forward, or we can decide, you know, to go a different direction. And sometimes it takes a while to make decisions like that. It's not decisions that you can make overnight. And sometimes that can mean moving to another state. That can mean pursuing things that you never dreamed that you would pursue. You know, it's going outside your comfort zone a lot of the time. But as long as you're honest in your endeavors, no matter if you're make mistakes or not along the way, you know, I think that in the end, God blesses you. He does have a plan for you. And I have to believe in that He has a plan. I've been talking to my mom a lot about that lately. About, you know, like what God's plan is for, you know, our lives. And, you know, she's always like been both my parents have been just my rock. I have not, like, they've never supported me financially, because that's not right to expect your parents to support you financially. I've always been one that, like, to handle things on my own. My parents have the means to help me, but I don't even ask, because I don't like owing people things. I've never been one that liked to owe people for anything. I just, my philosophy has always been, like, to live as close to debt-free as possible. Unfortunately, when you don't live alone, that doesn't always work that way, because, you know, your philosophy isn't always the only, you know, you don't have complete control of the other person. You know, and I have credit cards. I don't have a lot of them, but I do have some major ones for, like, trips and renting cars and stuff. You need, you know, or booking hotels, you need to have that. I mean, it's just a necessity these days. You can't really do a whole lot if you don't have that. But it's just being responsible and not, you know, spending a lot on them and using them for the intention that they are for, not for just, like, spending willy-nilly just because you feel like it. I think it's just all about mindfulness, just being mindful of, like, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with buying stuff or, like, treating yourself to something that you need or you want or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as, like, your bills are paid and stuff. But I just, I think that it's important to remember that, that you should, like, think about the purchases, what you bring into your home before you do it. I'm just one of these people that is like, my philosophy is a right philosophy for everybody, because it's, you know, it's what works for me. What works for me may not work for a lot of people. It's just what works for me. I always think about it. Like, if I want something or I want to buy something, you know, instead of, like, immediately purchasing it, I make myself think about it for about a week. And if I still want it after a week, then I'll get it, you know. But generally, I list the pros and cons, like how much space is it going to take up, how much is it going to cost, is the cost worth it, is it a quality item, is it something, like, especially with clothing, I've been very fortunate that my mom is very generous with buying clothing for me. I mean, she's always like for holidays and birthdays and stuff like that, I generally get a lot of clothing. And from like my sister, or she'll buy me a new purse, or she'll buy me, and my family is very conscientious of I guess I should say mindful of like my style. They know what I will like. I'm not really that picky when it comes to clothing and stuff. Scott will buy me stuff, but generally if he buys it for me, it's already in the Amazon cart anyway. Like, I add stuff to the Amazon cart just because I don't want to forget about it. Like, if I'm interested in something, I'll add it, and then I'll think about it, and then I'll decide later whether I want it or not. And if I don't want it, then I just delete it. But then if I do want it, then, I decide when I'm going to purchase it or whatever. But, like, our cart is more of a wish list than like an actual cart that we buy stuff. So we have a lot of stuff in the cart, like, just so we can remember, like, oh, when I go to the store, I need to pick up, like, KT tape or whatever, It's just kind of a reminder. Or if I see a specific kind of something that I want, or brand of something that I want to try, instead of, like, writing it down on a list, I'll just find it on Amazon and I'll put it in the cart. And then when I go shopping, then I'll just pick it up that way. So I don't necessarily always order off Amazon, but I do it that way. So, like, sometimes when Scott was, like, he hasn't been doing it anymore, which I'm very thankful for, because I told him, I said, stop buying me stuff, because he was buying me stuff all the time. He would just, like, pick random things out of the Amazon cart to buy me, and I'd be like, I didn't order this. And he's like, it was in the Amazon cart. And I'm like, I don't necessarily want everything that I put in the Amazon cart. So he stopped doing it. But his reasoning for doing it was because he was doing things that he shouldn't have been doing, and he felt guilty about it. So that was the reason why he was doing it. So, but he hasn't since then. He hasn't gotten me anything for a really long time, aside from, like, running through Starbucks and getting me, like, a green tea or whatever. He'll do that every once in a while, because he knows that I like their green tea. Now that we have a Starbucks in our town. Not that I love Starbucks that much, because it's, like, I can make the same coffee at home. Like, I generally have an iced coffee every single day at home, because I have, like, the syrup, and I have an espresso machine, and I have pretty much everything that I would need, like, to make iced coffee. I don't have an ice crusher. We have one in our refrigerator, but it's not hooked up. We just have never hooked it up. My husband doesn't know how to do that, and he just has never hired anyone to do it. So we've never used the ice maker in our refrigerator. But I will take, like, some bag ice. We usually just buy bag ice, and and I will put it in the blender and I'll crush it that way. And then I put it in there, and then I'll put like generally I just use leftover coffee from the morning that's cold and that's still sitting in the pot. And then I will and then I'll pour that over top, and I'll put some syrup, like we have some caramel syrup in the fridge, like a couple pumps of that. And then I will put some half and half in there, or oat milk. Oat milk is pretty thick, so I really like oat milk in my coffee. So I'll put that in, and then like some stevia. I have some vanilla stevia drops, so I put that in there, and then I just kind of stir it all up, and that's what I do, and it works really good. So it's really tasty. And honestly, I think it's better than Starbucks, because I'm not really a fan of Starbucks coffee. Like, the flavor of it, it always tastes kind of like burnt. I don't know. But, or maybe that I'm just used to like Folgers coffee. That's probably what it is. I mean, sometimes we'll buy coffee that like our friends sell, and it's good coffee. But they live out of state, and so I just generally buy our coffee at the grocery store. We're not really coffee snobs or craft beer snobs. We don't. I don't drink a lot of beer anyway. I'll drink a Bud Light with Scott every once in a while, because that's the only brand he drinks. I tend to like the flavor of Coors Light better than Bud Light. So if like we're out to dinner and I want to order a beer, I generally order a Coors Light. My dad likes Corona, and he will generally have Corona on like in supply at their house. My mom and dad just usually have like a bar set up. It's just something that they've always had. It's not like a big bar. It's just like a small bar where they have wine and, you know, some different kinds of liqueur, and they like to have their like afternoon cocktail, which I think is probably more of a Wisconsin thing. My parents were never people that hung out at bars. In fact, my mom and dad rarely ever went to a bar, just because my dad was a cop and he didn't like seeing people that he hauled out of bar. I guess he hauled too many people out of bars that he had like had enough of bars. So they just never hung out at bars. And I don't either. When I was younger, I mean, when Scott and I were first dating, we went to the bar every once in a while. Not a lot. We just have never been heavy drinkers. But when I was in college, Joe grew up in a family that did go to bars. In fact, his dad like was always at the bar. If we couldn't find his dad, he was usually at the bar at one of a few taverns in the town I grew up in. And his brother, he had 13 brothers and sisters, and they were like, well, the women, not so much. One sister, yes. The rest of the sisters, no. Generally not. The brothers, most of the brothers, yes. A couple brothers, no. His mom wouldn't have been caught dead in a bar. She wouldn't have. But, so when I was married to Joe, we did go to bars sometimes. But like after Scott and I got married, we never went to bars. We'd go to the bowling alley every once in a while. And sing karaoke and stuff like that. But or just listen to karaoke. But we didn't. I feel uncomfortable in bars. Like now. I feel like I don't belong. And I think that I've always kind of felt that way. That I didn't belong in a bar. Maybe when I was young, when I'd go to clubs, you know, I felt fine about it, but now that I'm older, I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't think Matt and Yessie go to bars anymore either. Matt used to, but he doesn't anymore. But I don't think people in Arizona, like their group that they hang out with, I don't think that they go to bars. At least that I know of. I really don't. They don't generally go to clubs. It's just not something that they do. So, I mean, they'll drink at home, but it's just not the scene that they like to entertain. They have people over, you know, and there is alcohol. Yessie doesn't drink at all. She says she's never tasted alcohol and she doesn't want to. Which I'm proud of her. She said she's seen too many people get drunk in her lifetime, family members and stuff, and she just doesn't like it. Matt still drinks, and I'll have one like every great once in a while. I think the last alcoholic drink that I had was like, gosh, way before New Year's, because on New Year's I had a non-alcoholic sangria, probably around Christmas time. And I think it's the same for Scott too. I mean, that's one thing that I'm thankful for, that, you know, he has his issues and they're big ones, but he's never had an alcohol problem and he's never tried drugs. So thankful for that, but he has other serious issues. Okay, so I have all of these punched now that I chatted you to death. I did poke these a little bit wider, but it's okay because this ribbon, it's not going to show. This ribbon is pretty long. What did I say? I need 9 pages. So these are punched out, but I can use them in another year. I definitely want to use this one. I definitely want to use this one. That's 2. I definitely want to use this one. 3, 4. So I'm going to pick my favorites first of all, and then I'll go into the other ones. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, I wanted to use this one though. I wanted to use these two. And this acetate. Okay. So I think that's enough. These I don't. Do I want to use this one? Christmas usually takes more than one page, so I think that's good. Okay, so I have a variety. Did I get the tag paper? Because I know that I want to use that for sure. Must have. All right. So this, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to intermix these so I can tie them all together. Decide what order that I want them in. So I'm going to go, this is a cover that says Our Christmas Story. And then I think I'm going to put one page on the front page just kind of as a start to the album. And I think I want it to be like a piece of acetate, maybe that angel acetate. Yeah. I think I'm going to use this. I just think that that looks pretty, like as the cover, you know, like the first page. So I think that's going to go there. And then this. And then what goes good with red? I think I'm going to use this one next. And then this one. And then I'm going to do some of these colors aren't going to match perfectly, but it's okay. Because I can put like matching ones together. This one. And then I think I'm going to put this gold one. No, because that's vellum. What would look? Maybe this heart one. I think, because I think that that would look cool in front of that. So I think I'm going to do that. And then this pink. Yeah, because that'll go good together there. And then I think I'm going to do this tag one. And this snowflake one. And then that kind of goes together. So we'll just do that. And then this green one. Although those colors don't match at all. So I think I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. To like break that apart, because that does not match. But this does. Do that. And then peach kind of goes with that. But we're still like in a situation where I need something that like will divide that up. So I think I'm going to put a green there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put a green here. And then this, like that. And then I'll put this, I think the gold will look pretty like that. And then this, I think I'm going to use this as a back page. Yeah, I think this is it. That's going to be what it looks like. So I like that. So that is that. And then these are just extra pages that I'll use. Like they're scrap paper. It's not a big deal. So we're just going to put those up there. And of course this is going to be covered, so you're not going to see that anyway. But I do need to score these on this line, so I need to measure. Where's my ruler? What did I do with my ruler? Well, I will use this ruler. Ugh. And measure. This is a little over 1.5 inches. It's like, so I know where that is. I think I'm gonna put a dot there. I have a Sharpie in here. That's where I need to do it, to score on each page. So, oh gosh, I'm already at 1 hour and 22 minutes. Okay, so before I go into the next video, I'm going to stop here because this is really long. And tomorrow's video will be a continuation of this one. So I thank you all for watching. I hope I will see you back here tomorrow. Well, I know I will because I'm going to continue doing it now. But the next video will be uploaded tomorrow. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time here at your Not So Ordinary Scrapbook channel. Bye.